You are rational. You are intelligent. In every other area of your life, your career, your finances, your friendships, you make logical decisions. Yet there's one person, one relationship that defies all logic. They hurt you. They betray you. They treat you with a cold indifference that cuts to the bone. And yet, instead of walking away, you find yourself trying harder. You apologize for things you didn't do. You stay up at night analyzing their text messages like a detective solving a crime. Why? Why is it harder to leave someone who treats you poorly than someone who treats you well? The answer isn't that you are weak. It's not that you are crazy. It's because you are not in a relationship. You are in a biological trap. You are currently residing in a magnetic prison called a trauma bond. And the walls of this prison aren't made of steel. They are made of your own brain chemistry. But here's the scary part. This dynamic is designed to be invisible until it is too late. To understand why you are stuck, we have to look at how this bond is forged. It never starts with abuse. It starts with intensity. Think back to the beginning. It wasn't just good. It was perfect. This person, whether a romantic partner, a close friend, or even a charismatic boss, mirrored your deepest desires. They placed you on a pedestal. This phase flooded your brain with dopamine and oxytocin, the chemicals of bonding and pleasure. You felt seen. You felt safe. Then the ground shifted. Imagine a male employee working for a high-powered female executive. For months, she praises his innovation, tells him he's the future of the company. He feels invincible. Then, one Tuesday, for no apparent reason, she publicly berates him. She questions his competence. She gives him the cold shoulder for a week. He is confused, anxious, and desperate to fix it. He works triple time to regain her approval. Finally, she smiles at him again and says, "Good job." The relief he feels is 10 times more powerful than the original praise. This is not accidental. This is a psychological weapon known as intermittent reinforcement. And this is where they catch you. If you put $1 in a slot machine and it never pays out, you walk away. If you put $1 in and it pays out every single time, you eventually get bored. But if the machine pays out randomly, sometimes a jackpot, sometimes nothing, sometimes just enough to keep you playing, you become addicted. You will sit at that machine until you are bankrupt. In a trauma bond, the other person has become the slot machine. The jackpot is their love, approval, or just a moment of peace. Because the cruelty is unpredictable, you are always on high alert, waiting for the other shoe to drop. Your body is flooded with cortisol, the stress hormone. When they finally give you a crumb of affection, a kind text after a fight, a warm dinner after days of silence, your brain releases a massive hit of dopamine to numb the pain. You are not addicted to the person. You are addicted to the relief they provide from the pain they caused. Let's flip the scenario. Consider a woman in a relationship with a man who is emotionally unavailable. Most days he is critical or distant, but once a month he brings her flowers and cries, telling her he's working on his demons and that she is the only one who can save him. In that moment, chemical cocktail in her brain overrides the weeks of neglect. She thinks it is love. In reality, it is a physiological survival response. I didn't believe this until I saw the pattern in the most successful people I know. This dynamic creates a disconnection between your reality and your feelings. Your friends tell you to leave, your logic tells you to leave, but your body feels like it is dying when you try to step away. This is because trauma bonds attack your sense of self. Over time, you stop trusting your own perception. You begin to gaslight yourself. You think, maybe I was too sensitive, or if I just explain it better, they will understand. You become the caretaker of their emotions while neglecting your own. You start managing their anger, their sadness, their ego, walking on eggshells to avoid triggering an explosion or a freeze-out. You are no longer living your life. You are living a reaction to theirs. Wait, it gets worse. Because this cycle is rooted in survival instincts, your brain categorizes this person as essential for survival, much like a child views a parent. Breaking away feels like a threat to your existence. The magnetic prison utilizes your own empathy against you. You see their potential, not their reality. You fall in love with the version of them that existed in the first 3 months, or the version they promised to be in the future. You are bonding with a ghost. So, how do you break out of a prison that is built inside your mind? The first step is the hardest. You must stop waiting for closure. You will never get it from them. They will not wake up one day, realize the damage they've done, and offer you a sincere apology. If they were capable of that level of empathy, you wouldn't be in this situation. Closure is a gift you give yourself. You have to start with reality testing. Take a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle. On the left, write down the nice things they did. On the right, write down the facts of how they made you feel. The anxiety, the sleepless nights, the insults, the silent treatments. Look at the data. The brain forgets pain to ensure survival. It's a biological trick. The paper does not forget. Next, you must treat this as a detoxification. When you leave, or when you set a firm boundary, you will go through withdrawal. You will feel a physical pull to reach out, to check their social media, to fix things. This is not your intuition telling you to go back. This is your addiction screaming for a fix. You have to ride the wave of anxiety without acting on it. If you cannot leave immediately, perhaps you co-parent or you work together, you must use the gray rock method. You become as boring as a rock. You offer no emotional reaction. If they insult you, you say, "I hear you." If they try to charm you, you say, "That's nice," and get back to work. You stop feeding the slot machine. When the drama stops, they will eventually look for a new source of supply, and the magnetic pull will weaken. This is not about stopping the love you feel. It is about respecting the safety you need. You can love someone and still realize they are dangerous to your soul. Breaking a trauma bond is one of the most painful experiences a human being can go through. It requires you to mourn the living. You have to grieve the future you thought you had. But on the other side of that grief is a freedom you cannot imagine yet. A life where you don't have to audit your words before you speak. A life where your nervous system isn't constantly bracing for impact. You have been strong enough to survive the prison. Imagine what you could do if you used that strength to build a new life. If you have felt this magnetic pull, this confusion where logic battles emotion, you know exactly how isolating it is. But you are not the only one walking this path. Tell me in the comments, have you ever mistaken this chemical chaos for passion? Are you planning your escape, or have you already broken the chains? I read your stories, and we're learning from each other. This is just step 1. Understanding the lock is the first part of opening the door. Stick around, because we are going much deeper into the architecture of the human mind.